So this is Briana Boston, who was arrested this week for uttering the words deny, defend, depose, the same words that Luigi said, or he engraved on his bullet shell. So why was she arrested? She was arrested because she was frustrated at not being allowed her insurance, her healthcare claim that she had rung up for, and in frustration she said those words and said, "You are next." She's obviously been made an example of, because if you go in the comments of any of the news reports or videos about her, you will see thousands, hundreds and thousands of comments of people that operate the phone lines for healthcare companies saying, "I get abuse from people all the time. I get hundreds of comments like this, and no one has ever got arrested because of it." So why is she getting arrested right now? Probably because there have been posters going up all across Manhattan with CEOs' details on there saying, it's time. This has united the class consciousness. This has basically brought together the right and the left against the top and the bottom. And that's a massive threat to the corporate class. It's a massive threat to the people that really rule our country, or countries, America and the UK and Europe, who are the billionaires, the white CEOs that are basically creating the systemic violence against us, which they don't want us to realise. Of course we realise it. We're living it every day through, healthcare, through the infrastructure of our country, through the way that most of our money goes to fund the wars and the industrial prison complex. It's through the lack of jobs. It's through, the minimum wage not covering the cost of living, all these things, and genocide. So this poor woman has been made an example of. She's not the first person to talk out against the government or to utter words out of frustration just because of the fact that she was monitored on that call. And this is another thing about surveillance, the heavy surveillance that happens in our community now. Had she not been recorded on that call, then she probably wouldn't have been charged. The fact that we are so heavily surveilled makes it easy for people to get criminalised in this way. So the news pundits and the governments are speaking plainly to us right now. She spoke out against the corporations that denied her the healthcare that she had paid for, and yet she's been arrested for calling out that violence against her, and she has been made an example of. They are speaking plainly to you. Do not speak out against the corporations or you will be made an example of. You must be afraid of us. I want to read to you this quote by Brendan Lee Mulligan that says, "Laws are threats made by the dominant socio-economic ethnic group of a given nation. It's just a promise of violence that's enacted, and the police are basically an occupying army." Let's remember, the police are not here to protect you. They are here to protect the state and the ruling socio-economic class, the CEOs, the billionaires, the oligarchs.